Today I'm going to be showing you how to make coasters out of magazines.
You are going to need a couple of magazines, Mod Podge, a brush, a pen, and a ruler, scissors, and a bone folder.
And we're going to start by pulling out some magazine pages. The brighter the better for these. So if you're just going to go ahead and rip out some very colorful pages. So once you have some pages ripped out, you're going to need a lot more than this, but this is just so I can show you guys. So now you're going to grab the magazine pages that you just ripped out, your ruler, and a pen. You're going to start with one of your magazine pages, going up and down this way, and you're going to take your ruler along the base of the magazine page, and you're going to measure out 1-inch segments. And you actually want to start on the edge that's straight, not the side that has the ripped edges, because we're going to want to get rid of those. So then you're just going to measure every inch and make a little mark. And then you're going to draw a line straight across so that you have something to cut on. And then once you have your lines drawn all the way across your page like this, then you're going to take your scissors and just cut along the lines. So then you'll have a piece that looks like this. This is what we're going to end up folding to make the magazine coaster. So you're going to go ahead and cut out the rest of your page, and then you're going to want to cut out enough pages so that you have 50 pieces of magazine paper that's like 1 inch wide and this long. We're going to want to discard this piece on the end that's got all these like ripped edges, because we won't want to use those when we start folding. So these are some that I already had cut out. So now we're going to start with the folding process. Now all of this does take a pretty long time, but it's all really simple, so it's definitely something once you get the hang of it, you can just sit in front of the TV and fold all your magazine pages. So first you're going to start by taking one piece, and you want to keep the side that you want to show on the bottom. So in this case, this is the brighter piece, so I want to keep this part on the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and fold this in half. So now I have a piece that's, about 1/2 inch wide. And then I'm going to use this tool called a bone folder, and it helps get really crisp lines, and it's extremely helpful in this project. You can use it for a lot of other different projects too, but if you don't have one of these, you can just use like the edge of your scissors, but the best thing to use is a bone folder, so that's going to help me get a really crisp fold. I'm going to fold that side, and then I'm going to run the bone folder along this side as well, to make sure I have that really crisp line. And then I'm going to go ahead and unfold this piece of paper, and I'm going to fold each end in. So it's going to line right up with that fold that the first fold I made. So you're going to end up with a piece that looks like this, and then we're going to flip it over and fold in the other side. So both of those, the second and third fold will meet in the middle along the line that you used for your first fold. So then you'll have a piece that looks like this. So you'll have these two pieces that are folded in to meet each other in the middle. And then we're going to go ahead and use the bone folder again to make these lines nice and crisp. You might end up having to do this twice and just making sure all your lines are folded. The key is to fold your pieces really nicely, so then when we get to the part where we're actually winding up curling the magazine pages around each other, that they stay nice and even. And then you're going to go ahead and fold along the middle again. And once you have it folded in half again, then you're going to run your bone folder along the entire piece again. And then flip it over and run the bone folder over this side. So then you should have a piece that looks like this. It's going to be really skinny, and it's going to be a lot thicker than what we started with. So you're going to go ahead and do that with all 50 of your magazine strips. So here's some other ones that I had done. And then now you're going to be able to move on to the actual making of the magazine coaster. So you're going to start with one piece, and you're going to make sure that that opening where you folded is pointed down. So we want this part to be the top of our coaster because it's flat and it won't have this opening. So make sure the opening part is pointed down, and then you're going to go ahead and take a thin amount of Mod Podge. If you don't have Mod Podge, you can make your own decoupage solution using 50% like Elmer's school glue and 50% water, but it will be dull and it will not last as long, and it probably will not hold up to your any water or whatever you would put on that would get onto your coaster. So for a durable, lasting coaster, you definitely want to go with Mod Podge, and for this project I definitely want Tease Gloss so that it has this nice glossy finish. So you're going to go ahead and brush a thin amount across the magazine strip like this, and then you're going to start coiling. Hope you guys can see, but I'm starting to just kind of roll it up really tight. The key is to keep it as tight as possible. So you might need to actually add more Mod Podge if it starts to dry as you get kind of towards the end of the strip. And you're definitely going to get really sticky with this craft. So you're going to just keep rolling and rolling the one piece. The first piece is the most crucial because you want to make sure that it's as coil rounded as possible, because each piece you put on after that is going to mimic the shape that you made with your first coil. So you're going to continue to do that until you get to the end, and then once you start to get to the end, you're going to add more Mod Podge. So once I'm done with this, then I'm going to take my next piece, still making sure that the folded part is facing up and these flaps are pointed down, and I'm going to go ahead and Mod Podge here. Mod Podge this entire piece again, and then I'm going to stick this just like that and add it to my roll. And then I would continue to roll and add pieces until I have something that looks like a coaster size. Like I said, this one took me 50 pieces, so it did take a while. But once you get it like this, then you're going to go ahead and take a decent amount of Mod Podge, and you're going to brush it using your foam brush over the entire front. And then you're going to let it dry, make sure it's really dry. It'll probably take a couple of hours to become completely dry. Then you're going to flip it over and brush another good layer onto the back. You're also going to want to make sure that you get the sides. And then when the back is dry, then I would go ahead and brush another good layer over the top to make sure that it's all sealed in. And then another thing that I would highly recommend doing, especially since this is a coaster where you're going to be setting glasses that might be wet or hot, you know, I would go ahead and spray it with a clear crafting finish spray, which will seal it in and it won't have that tacky feel like Mod Podge sometimes has, and it'll definitely avoid the tackiness when you put something like a glass that has condensation on it. Once you finish your magazine coaster, I would love to see it, so you can go ahead and send your picture to the Allie's Creations Facebook page, which I will give you a link down below this video. And you might see your coaster pop up on my blog, which I am also linking down below this video. So I hope you guys have success in making your coaster, and I hope this video helped you understand the process of making one of these. It's really simple, it just takes a long time. Check back soon for more videos. On my blog I also post tutorials, step-by-step pictures on how to do different projects, and I also update you on what videos I have popping up on YouTube for more tutorials. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye!